This is going to be the complete and ultimate beginner guide for Astroneer. This game has one of the worst tutorials I have ever seen in my entire life, so I'm going to make sure that you can actually enjoy this game when you watch this video. So first up, we're going to press F and exit our dropship here, and it's going to give you some controls here. Don't worry, I'll take you through it. First things first, how do we actually save the game? Well, all you do is go up to the shelter here and press F to enter it. And that is actually going to automatically save your game. And you can then press F again to exit it. Now, if you are playing on Xbox, etc., I would check the controls. I am playing on PC, so I will be referencing PC controls. The first thing we're going to do is press R on our keyboard, R for Romeo, and you can see here we've got a research catalogue, a compass, and a mission log. So hover over the mission log and select that. And this is going to give you some quests that are going to, well, apparently help you get going. They're absolutely useless, however. You should still do the quests, just actually following them is diabolical. So it says here, Planetfall, survive the landing on Silver, which we have done, and connect from any landing pad, oxygenator, and small printer. Whenever a quest says collect at any landing pad, it means that you must go to your landing pad here and use this mission log, not the one from the wheel here by pressing R. So I'm actually going to examine using F the mission log here, and then you can see there's this button here. So I can click that to open the flap and then click it again, where it's then going to dump things in the landing zone. So here we have an oxygenator, and we're going to unpack it. Hold F to unpack it. Whenever you make stuff, basically it needs unpacking, like you've seen. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to set it up so that we have oxygen being provided by our shelter. And this oxygenator is actually infinite oxygen. So I could just click it to pick it up, and I'm going to drag it onto these red dots here. It's like Lego. Imagine you're attaching things like Lego. So I'm going to plop it into the shelter on those red dots. And now you can see I've got this blue cable, and that's my oxygen cable. Whenever I get too far, my oxygen will start depleting. I've actually put infinite oxygen on for this configuration, just so it's easier showing you this tutorial. But otherwise, you'll see your blue bar going down. Then the other item we're going to get is a small printer. I can click it and then just place it on the ground here. You can see that it says it draws 1 U/a second, so 1 power per second while active. Can you see these cables coming out of the shelter here? There's one here, one here. I'm going to click the cable plug and drag it onto the plug on my printer, and that's how you basically power the printer. This shelter makes 1 per second, so you can have your printer absolutely no problem. If we press R and go to mission log, we have breathing space, which we have done. Sorry, no, we haven't. We have astroneering basics, which we've done. We've unpacked the oxygenator, we've installed it, and we've connected the printer to the shelter as well. And again, at any landing pad, that's going to give you some tethers and some bytes. Bytes are basically your research currency. Again, if you press R and go to research catalog, see all these down here, you can unlock things. Blue ones are actually already unlocked, and pink can be unlocked. Can you see here a boost mod is 1000 bytes? Well, that's how you spend your bytes on research. You can see here it says small printer, medium printer, large printer, and shelter. Clicking the small one will basically show you all the things you can buy that can be made either in the backpack or at a small printer. This is what you can make in a medium printer, large printer, etc. So again, I'm going to go to the mission log and accept these. So I gained some bytes, and I also gained some tethers. What I can do is shift and click, and it will automatically put them in my inventory, which is this backpack. If I left click the backpack, can you see all these slots here? I can take these tethers and I can put them in here, in here, in here, in here, you know, wherever I like, or they can actually go on the top here like this. Now, let's say I want to actually go walking over here. What I can do is press T on my keyboard, T for Tetris, and I can place a tether. And you can see here that that's connected the oxygen supply to my base. If I get too far here, I can place one. And then if I go further, if I go too far and place one, you can see it's not connected. Again, you can click the tether and just drag it until you see it kind of connect like that. And you can see how many tethers you've got here. Should you want to actually pick them back up, again, just shift click, and you can pick up your tethers again. And again, it's T for Tony to actually place them down on your keyboard. So that's how you use those. Blue is oxygen here. The yellow bar is basically your battery. Okay, what else we need to do? Connect a tether to an oxygenator. Cool, we've also done that. So that one, again, needs to be done at a landing pad. So I'm just going to click this and unlock it. And that's going to give us a small canister. I'm going to show you what we can do in a minute. So it says here now, land filling. Fill a small canister with soil. So basically, with this canister here, I'm going to click my backpack, and I've got this gun on the right. What I'm going to do is take the small canister, and again, you should be able to attach it. Yes. So I'm just going to click it, again, into these red holes. Again, it's like Lego, onto my gun here. And then I'm going to press E for elephant on my keyboard. And you can see that's going to get the gun out, which suddenly gets a lot bigger. So E for anemic on the keyboard. And that will bring out this arrow and circle. And that is with your terrain gun. So what I can then do is, you can see, obviously, this is soil. I'm just going to left click and basically destroy the soil. And can you see there's like a white, the white level in my canister is filling up. And actually, if I press E again to put that down and get the terrain tool out, if I put this on top, oh my God, this is actually really annoying. If I put it on top here, in that slot, can you see it's orange? It's got an orange light on top. Well, when I've actually filled it up, that's going to go green. And there we go, bingo, it has now gone green. And we've filled up the canister. So what I can then do is go back again. And this one does not say get a landing pad. It just says ready to collect. So land filling, I can just click this and get the bytes now. The next one is going to be resourcing, gather compound and resin. So these are basically found around. So this is compound here. Again, press E on your keyboard to take your resource tool. And what I can do is basically just left click to collect it. And if you see anything like this, you can basically just keep digging and there'll be more underground. And generally, these are quite, like if you just keep sort of digging around that area, you can see you can uncover more. Like it looks like there's none, but I bet you, yep, see, there's some more here. And there's some more here. Do be careful if you get like stuck in a cave. There's tons and tons and tons in here of resin. What's it called? Compound, sorry. Ta-da! How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, nearly 3. Every time you hear a beep, that means it's filled up another portion. If you are enjoying this tutorial, by the way, please don't forget to subscribe. I am doing a whole playlist, which you'll see in the at the end of this video on Astroneer to help you, learn the game. I do cover quite a lot of games. Okay, cool. So one thing that you may do as a beginner is get stuck in a cave. Just literally go like that and kind of burrow your way out. See what I mean? Just kind of do that like a thingy. Now, if I press E again to put it away and click my backpack, you can see I've got compound automatically in here. Now, to actually, if your backpack gets full, you can simply click it and just dump it on the floor like this. It's not going to go anywhere. Don't worry, it's not going to despawn. You can just dump it there for now as a beginner. The next thing we need is resin. Let's go and find some of that. And let's say that you've walked miles away and you're like, oh my God, I don't know where my base is anymore. It's that little home icon. And you can press R and go to compass and it will show you. And just press R and go to compass again. Resin is this here. So again, E. And can you see it's like these yellow little sticks in the ground? And the same as the compound, it's going to click and harvest the resin until we've got 4 of it. And again, you're going to get quite large deposits of this when you do find it. And we need to get 4 of each. If you do struggle finding any just on the open surface of the map, try just digging down a bit like this. And sometimes you'll just find some like there. For example, you'll just find it like literally in the ground. Okay, so we've now got our 4 components and resin. And it says collect medium storage, medium platforms, and an oxygenator. So again, I'm going to go to the mission log at the base, and we're going to get some new items. Now we're going to unpack them all. So basically, these are platforms, and again, you don't need to power these per se. If something you put on top of them needs powering, then get the cable plug and just connect it. And you see here the printer's connected to the shelter. You can then continue the power line just onwards. And I'm going to click the medium storage, and then again, just click it on, like Lego, onto this medium platform. And I can then press F to expand it. Now, what this medium storage can do is I can click the compound and I can click it into the storage like this. Lovely. And then we've got another one here. And that is how you are going to use the medium storage. So the next thing I want to show you is how we're going to use the printer. This is the printer here. It's a small printer. And if I come up to it and press F, can you see that there's some purple and blue dots? Now, this isn't very user-friendly, but can you see here it says medium printer? And if I press down on my keyboard, I go down from that blue dot there, down to this blue dot. I press down again, I go to that blue dot, down to that blue dot, and down to that blue dot. The pink ones are ones you haven't unlocked yet, and that would be done, again, by pressing R and research catalog and unlocking in here. So again, F to examine. And then if I go up to the top one, can you see here in the middle, there's two blue dots. I really should install a piece of software that circles my mouse to make this easier for you guys. And I can also press right to go to that blue dot from that one. So the ones here, look. So medium printer and then oxygenator. I don't know how they organise these. It's really bizarre. But this is how it is anyway. And what do we need to print? We need to print something for this mission. A medium printer and slot medium printer to a platform. So, and that's going to give us even better platforms. So if I press examine and I can see, okay, a medium printer needs 2 compound and it says 0 out of 2. I can shift click to pick up from wherever the 2 compound I need. And then if I go in, it will say you've got enough. What I can also do is go into my backpack, and then I can actually drag the compound onto these Lego, as I like to call them, slots on the printer itself. Oh, and one other thing. Oh, I didn't know you could do that, where you can actually build it straight onto there. So, like, basically, the printer is going to print it here, but if I drag the platform, I actually didn't know this. If I drag the platform under it, it'll automatically put it onto the platform. That's really cool. And if you want to lock these platforms, you can see I can click and pick them up. Just press F. See F to lock it. And now I can't accidentally pick it up. And also, let's say I don't want the printer to go there. I can actually pick it up. And if I press C, it will rotate it. So C on my keyboard rotates things like that. And I can click to place it back down. And I'll just plug it back in there. So I'm just going to pick up the compound, and then I'm going to make a medium printer, and you just press this button here. I open the flip and click it, and that is actually going to literally like 3D print a medium printer for you. And I think in the quest we had to attach it to a platform, and ta-da! So that's a small printer, and this is now a medium printer. We're going to unpack it, and I can just pick this up and put it on here. And you can see that it does draw power while active. So if I pick up the medium platform and press C to rotate it to there, I can then grab the cable and plug it in so that our medium printer is then powered. And again, I can press F and then, you know, press up and down, left and right to see what I can actually make with the medium printer. So if I press R and go to mission log, we have now done this one, printing up. And I'm going to go, this one has to be done again at a landing platform, whatever it's called. So I'm going to do that. And this is going to give us even better things. These ones are actually quite useful. So this is a large platform B. Now, what I love about this platform is, let's say I drag my medium printer. Can you see there's 2 slots on here? Let's say I drag the medium printer to here. And I'm just going to rotate it. So I can rotate it like that as well. If I click it, I can actually rotate it, switch way it faces. So what I can then do, obviously, like at the moment, I'd have to click the compound and put it on here or in my inventory. I can take this medium storage and just put it onto the platform, and then the medium printer will automatically take from this storage, which is really cool. So print and connect a small generator to power the network, okay? And I believe that is going to be from the medium printer. Now, if I go into the research catalog, you can see here, small generator is already automatically unlocked. And it is under the small printer icon. So if I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, small generator, unlocked. Now this drove me mad for ages, right? Because I was going into my small printer and it's not there. It is actually in your backpack. Can you see here, there's a little green button, like a flip, and there's also like an ingredient like bit here. And then it says tethers. If I click this arrow, oxygen filters, small canister, small generator. A small generator requires 1 compound. And if I click that green button, it will make a small generator in my backpack. Not that it tells you anywhere, because of course the tutorial in this game is useless. But yes, there we go. It's a small generator, and now it's on my inventory up here. So you can go through with these arrows to see which things you can make. Like it says small generator, and if you're not sure how to make it, you can hover over here and it will say, compound. And if you're not sure how to actually get a material, can you see over here it says hold F for Astropedia? So I can hold F and it shows you all the resources. So ammonium found on all planets, laterite found on all planets in caves, graphite found on all planets, copper refined from malachite. And if you're like, well, how do I get copper? It should be here somewhere. Malachite, which is how you make copper. Copper. Oh, yeah, refined from malachite. There you go. So you can kind of work through this, and you can also press escape and go to Astropedia and then crafting. No. Resources, and click resources, and it will show you. That's how you get to this page here. And same with planets as well. And if you're ever not sure, the planet you start on is silver. Okay, it's this planet here. So what were we doing? Oh yes, we made the small battery, and you need to connect it to your power grid. So I'm actually going to click on my inventory and click the small generator up here. And I'm actually going to put it onto my shelter here, because there is these blue dots that you can connect things to. Now, this is a organic resource generator. And what that is these plants here. So if I press E and I just click, I can basically just go like that, just whizzing my mouse around to basically gather up organic resource. Just kind of like that. Press E again, click on my backpack, click the organic resource and click it onto the generator. And that is actually going to start using, you can see it's actually going down slowly but surely. And that's going to be making power of the organic resource. And that's that one done. So again, landing pad, and we're going to get a small battery and a battery. So this small battery, I can place, on one of these platforms if I want. And because that's connected to the network, it's going to automatically start filling up as I am generating power. And we can use that, for other things. I must connect this up here. There we go. And the next thing we need to do is print and use the research chamber. Fully charge a battery. Is one thing. I don't really care about splitters and stuff. I wouldn't say that's beginner. And a smelting furnace. So for science is print and use a research chamber. So I think this is from the medium printer. Research chamber needs 2 compound and 1 resin. Double click. Here it comes. And this is basically how we're going to get more bytes. Again, if you press R and then on the research catalog, can you see it all costs bytes? Well, the research thingamajig that we're making, what's it called? Research chamber that we're making here. This is actually how we're going to make bytes. We're going to be using random crap we find to actually turn it into bytes. The other thing here is retooling, how to unlock, print and attach a boost and drill mod. To do that, basically go into your research catalog, and they're in here somewhere. Drill mod 1 cost 1,000 bytes, and if you have got enough bytes up here, then you can click and unlock it. And then I believe you make the small drill mod, you make it in your backpack. There you go, drill mod 1, and that is going to require 1 ceramic, which is made from clay. Unlock the research chamber, and I'm just going to click it. And oh, was that a bit too small? Yeah, that's a bit too small. So I'm going to have to move my printer onto here. Put my compound over there. And the research chamber will have to go on here. The research chamber will gobble up your compound, by the way, if you let it. You can see here. I can press to start researching. But if you leave it on, researching, it'll just start taking up whatever you have in here. But what should you be using to research? When you run around, oh look, there's some more compound by the way, so I would start digging there if I were me. Oh, what is this? Sturdy squash? I've never seen that before. I'm actually still quite new to this game, but I started playing it and was like, good God, this tutorial is evil, so I really must teach everyone else how to play it so that you guys don't have to go through the hell that I did. Okay, so here you go. Here is a silver shell. Press F and hold to scan, and you'll gain some bytes. So that's one way of getting bytes, not in the research center. And then another way, look at all this compound, look. Oh my God, so much of it. And then here's some resin as well. And there's a cave, by the way. I'll talk you through caves in a minute. I'm looking for something specific. Oh, here we go. See these samples here? Well, these are basically, you can press F and hold, and these are research samples. So you can press F and hold, or you can take them to the research scanner. But what I'm really looking for is a bigger version. Ah, here we go. Can you see this here? This big chunk says research item. I can literally just click it and walk with it. And then can you see it slow me down? I would hold up my mouse like that and drop it. And then click it and then drop it. And it kind of means that you can sprint a bit while going. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. You can press space to jump. You shouldn't get too stuck. But these will really slow you down. And again, in the distance, you can see the little home icon so you can never get lost. So I'm just going to take it all the way back to the base. And basically what I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to take that compound out and shove it there for now. And I'm just going to pick up the research item and just shove it into the researcher here, and then flip the switch and start it. And that is just going to start researching that. And if I press examine, can you see it says 448 bytes left? And it's doing 23 bytes per minute, and it's got 5.5 minutes left. And for the next 5 minutes in real time, it's going to be analyzing that to make us about 500 bytes. And that is what I would say is the best way to actually research items. Just go out and find these big lumps that you can basically research. And there's a few different coloured ones that you will find. Like this over here, see on this rock? That is another one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, research items, there's like another one there. Showed you how to unlock these. Smelting furnace, that's basically like the researcher. You can basically find materials underground and then refine them in it. I'll do a separate tutorial for that. And the only other thing I think I want to show you for this beginner guide to kind of get you started is going to be caves. So if I go down into this cave, oh my lord. It's kind of like Minecraft. If you've ever played Minecraft, never dig down. So these caves here, if you dig down, you could just fall into one. However, they do have walls, as you can see. So if you do dig down and see there's a big cave hole, then just try and find a wall, like here. This is what I would say to do. Just find a wall. And again, I'm using unlimited oxygen. You will need to put your tethers down to make a line of oxygen to get down here. I'm just using unlimited as a cheat, just to basically make this tutorial quicker and easy for you. Yeah, and I would just like do it like this to make almost like a staircase, if you see what I mean, to get down here. Still not the best, actually. But you can get back out by just going up to a wall and kind of going like that. See? And I can kind of like climb up and up and up. If you do get lost down here, that's how I would get out. But if you're looking for like materials, come into these caves and you will find different materials. So this here is how you find sphalerite. That is how you get zinc. You're going to refine it. And then this here is, this one is laterite, which you can refine into aluminum or aluminium, depending where you live in the world. So that's two different materials there. And they're the main two that you're going to find in these caves. And once you unlock that machine, you can refine them in it. So I'm just going to get out like this. Look. See, I've just literally made a staircase using my excavator. And I'm just going to keep going up. Just like that. Until I reach the surface. I would suggest that you go down into a cave like this rather than up, because you could run out of oxygen really quickly if you're not careful doing this. You've got to be careful. As you can see, this wasn't quite... It was a bit too steep. And if it is too steep, you could just, do Do it a bit more like I have here until you get out. It's quite very claustrophobic. The only other material that you're going to find, which is not in caves, is, well, there's two actually. One here is graphite, which looks like this. You can find this on mountains. And the other one, I'm going to have to find some, is copper. Here we go. Just found some for you. Is this one here? Malachite, which you can refine into copper. And they are the first kind of 4 materials that you're going to need for refining, etc., that are minerals. And then don't forget, you've got your resin here. And then you've also got compound, which... Oh, there's one more, actually, I haven't shown you, which is clay. And clay is how you're going to make ceramic. Graphite makes glass. Clay makes ceramic. I think I saw some clay over here. If you're not sure what clay looks like, clay is... Here it is. This is clay. So this stuff over here, this is clay, which you can refine into ceramics. And I think, guys, I think that is it. I think that is everything you're going to need to know. If you're not sure about refining things, and you're saying, how are you going to refine all these items? That is going to be in a smelting furnace here, where it says unlock and print one, and then refine aluminum from laterite. So, in fact, let's just do that before we finish. So, unlock and print a smelting furnace. So you're going to press R, research catalog, and it's under large printer at the top here. Press right, smelting furnace. It only costs 250 bytes. I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to unlock it. And then we're going to actually print one. So let's go back home. Again, you can't normally sprint this fast. I'm just doing this for the tutorial, if you're wondering how the hell is he doing that. And we need to print it. And it's made from a medium printer. So here, I'm just going to take my researcher off right now and dump it and put this one on so they can utilize the materials that we will have on here. So I'm going to take my resin and just put it into storage. I press F on here, and here it is in the medium one, smelting furnace. 1 compound and 2 resin. Click that, and it will start printing it. Some of these bigger items do take a while, and it will also take longer if you don't have any energy. So again, take some organic material, and don't forget to power up your generator again, and that will help, because you may not have enough power. And there we go. So I'm going to hold F to unpack it. There it is, the smelting furnace. It doesn't quite fit on there either, so I'm just going to move these around all the time, and I'm going to put it on here. So, as I said, we can use this can be used to convert natural resources into refined resources. Let's use clay in this example to show you how to refine it into ceramic. By the way, you have to get a bit lucky with the way you drop. On a other map I tried, I couldn't find clay. Well, at all. I just couldn't find it. So I could find resin, everything fine. This one seems much easier. Everything seems to be very local. So it does seem a bit of luck is involved, that you may get an unlucky spawn. So I can, again, just click this to get all the clay. And then I'm just going to run back home and show you how this works. And all I'm going to do is click on my backpack, click the clay, and drag it onto the smelting furnace here. And I'm just going to turn it on. And what you're going to see is it's slowly turning the bits of clay into ceramic instead. And this is the same for making glass and all the other materials that I showed you in the caves on the mountain. And this is how you're going to refine things. And there we go. That is ceramic, and that is how you use the smelting furnace. And that was the complete ultimate beginner guide for Astroneer. I really hope I didn't forget anything. I'm so sorry if I did. Do comment down below if there is anything I have forgotten, and check out the playlist on the top right of the screen that you now, or top left, no, bottom left, bottom right of the screen that you now see, as that is my entire Astroneer playlist that will have all of the guides for you on everything you could possibly need to know in bite-sized videos for Astroneer. So if there is something you're missing in here, or you're getting into later game, check out that playlist. There's a very high possibility that I've already made a bite-sized video for it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked the video, and please do consider subscribing.